Oh man, so we got Bitcoin down 1% at the time of recording this video, and Phantom is falling about 3.5% as the market starts to digest what we heard from the Fed. Yes, yesterday we covered that we had our first interest rate hike, but remember we said this is good from an interest rate hike because it was what the market was expecting. It was 25 basis points, things are looking good, and we saw the rally yesterday. You saw the nice big green candle here on Bitcoin yesterday, but now we've met with a small red candle, call it a consolidation here on crypto. And if we look at the wider markets, we're seeing a similar trend as well. You've got the Dow up 0.52, S&P up slightly 0.5, and the Nasdaq trying to hold itself green 0.2 after an immense couple of days here. Obviously, we had the run up in the lead up to the FOMC meeting and afterwards. So there's been a good rally here in stocks, and obviously we're starting to turn into a risk on environment. But as I've said many times before, guys, this is the stuff that can affect us, right? Fate of hundreds of civilians in bombed Mariupol theater, unclear. Any escalation, any of these tensions can continue to weigh on the market. So we have to be very cautious with what we're seeing in the charts, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Bitcoin chart. We're going to look at the Phantom charts. I'm going to share with you the key levels that we need to be looking out for. So make sure you hit up the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Don't forget, these videos are brought to you by NordVPN. Links in the description to get yourself 70% off with coupon code OHMAN. Right, so as you can see on Bitcoin, we are in this chart, right? Let's just take a recap of where we're at. After falling in our downward pattern, which was here, we then managed to get the breakout, and then we entered this wedge. Now, the worrying thing we're seeing here is that we're falling to the bottom of the wedge. You don't want to spend too much time down here because then you're more likely to break to the downside. And the downside target, if we lose this wedge, to recap, guys, is the bottom of the wedge. You could be getting back to the 33, 32 range here on Bitcoin. But we've managed to get a good bounce from the lows here at 37,600. We've managed to work our way back up. You can see currently we're sitting just above 40,000, 40,600 or so. And we're trying to build ourselves back to the key level at 41,659. If I switch over to the hourly, I'll be able to make this a little bit clearer. The key levels we need to work our way through is we need to get beyond 41,659. Then we need to get back through the 43,000 psychological level. And then we've got the most important level, which is the top of the wedge here at 44,500 on Bitcoin. This is where we've got rejected many times. Once, twice, thrice, 4 times, we need to go and break. And remember, the more times we test that upper bound, the more likely we are to break it. And now we're looking for direction, right? Now that the Fed have announced an interest rate hike, we pretty much know we're going to get 0.25% 6 to 7 times this year. Can the market now say, okay, we've got direction, we know what's happening, we know we're in a strong market, labor market's looking good, there's more money in household and business pockets than ever before. We've seen all of that. Can that now mean we can start to move to the upside? Now, let's also take a look here at Phantom. And as you can see with Phantom, we've managed to create a little bottom. Remember, we were covering this when I was buying the dip at 104, 105. But it looks like the bottom, local bottom here is at 103. And now we've managed to work our way back up to, we're currently sitting at 122, literally at the time of recording this video. But you can see we're getting rejected by this important level 126. That's a couple of rejections here, this week here, once, twice. We may need to come back down to 116 to collect some support before then breaking through 126 and retesting. But in order for that to happen, Bitcoin needs to go from strength to strength and break through its levels, which I just shared with you as well. Let's head over to the daily here on Phantom, because what I want to show you is if I pull out the EMA ribbon, you will still see we're a little bit off getting back towards our EMA ribbon. If we can work our way to 146 and then 165, it wouldn't be until we get a close above our 200-day moving average, that's this teal colored line here, at about 174 that we can start flipping ourselves bullish again on our daily ribbon, okay? So definitely some work to do here on crypto and on Phantom as a whole. If we look at a similar chart for Bitcoin, and we look at the EMA ribbon, you can see Bitcoin is trying to close bullish very shortly on its daily candle, and it close anywhere above, let's say, 41,000 will allow us to flip our EMA bullish on Bitcoin. And remember, anytime we've managed to do that clearly after a period of sustained downtime, we've able to get a good move to the upside. So the key would be to get a good close above our EMA ribbon here on Bitcoin, work our way past 41,659, and then head towards 44.5 here on Bitcoin. Now, What are we seeing in terms of fear and greed index? Well, we're seeing the fear and greed index sitting at 27. Now, it was 24 yesterday, which is starting to suggest that some of the fear is starting to come out of the markets. People are starting to understand, okay, we can deal with this. It's okay. All that fear, all that uncertainty about interest rates, we can navigate it and we can figure that out, right? So we're starting to see that reflect in the prices. Let's also take a look at FANTOM, because we've got some interesting news coming from FANTOM, which is Aave launches a souped up, let this load back up again, but Aave has managed to launch on the FANTOM and Avalanche ecosystems, which is huge. We know Aave is DeFi's largest money market by cross-chain TVL, and this is really going to be beneficial for FANTOM. Remember, FANTOM's TVL has taken a big hit recently after the Andre Cronje debacle as he exited in abrupt manner, but we managed to see us creating a bit of a bottom here. Can you see that little inflection point there? We're managing to pick that back up now, which is an interesting sign just there. We managed to inflect ourselves back up to the upside. Currently sitting at 6.7 billion. If I put that into perspective here on FANTOM, we've got 201 protocols, which is phenomenal on FANTOM. We're up 3.2% on the day as we're starting to see some of that total value locked start to come back in. At one point after the Andre Cronje exit, the total value locked had fallen by 30%, but now we're looking at about 15%, which is interesting. We're starting to win some of that total value locked. We're still in 6th spot here, just behind Solana and Avalanche, but the key thing, which I've always mentioned, is this. You've got to look at the market cap to total value locked, and it's 0.4, guys. 0.4 is crazy. If you look at any of them above, look at Solana, it's commanding a 4 times TVL to market cap ratio, Avalanche a 2 times, which is modest, Binance 5.5, Ethereum 3. So if you take any of those multiples, you can see how grossly undervalued FANTOM is as a chain. And this is one of the things that makes me so focused on looking at FANTOM to have a position in my portfolio. If you've not watched my video explaining that, we'll link that up here so you guys can go watch that video. It's a really important video, so I'll leave it as the end card for you to guys go watch that, where I explain exactly why I think it's undervalued. I actually do a little bit of a modeling exercise, which goes through and explains exactly, using that market cap to TVL ratio, why I think it's so undervalued. So make sure you take the time to go and watch that video. So there you have it, guys. There is a blend between technical and fundamentals on your favorite coins, Bitcoin, crypto. You're going to have to forgive me because I'm still not feeling too great, and I'm traveling here as well. So I'm feeling pretty drained right now, but committed to bringing you guys these updates, even in a little dingy closet like this, so you guys have the updates as and when you need it. Please smash up the like buttons and subscribe. I'll leave that video for you to go watch. Go watch that. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.